You already know about reading, writing, and arithmetic. Now one state wants to add a new requirement to the classic school curriculum. Chief Washington correspondent Jim Engel reports in order to go green has some people seeing red.
Maryland is the first state in the country to impose a new requirement to graduate from high school, something called environmental literacy. But what is that?
What type of education is it going to be? Is it going to be fact-based or is it going to be theory-based, which is usually politically driven? And you can think with that it's going to be about global warming or climate change.
People do express concern about the content, but what's important to know is that this new requirement doesn't actually mandate any content at all.
It's a regulation from the State Board of Education, not a law passed by the legislature. Governor Martin O'Malley praises it, saying it will, quote, infuse core subjects with lessons about conservation and smart growth and the health of our natural world. He also said it'll serve as a foundation for green jobs, though one analyst says training for those is just like any other job.
You need to know how to get there on time, how to be alert, how to work hard.
The State Education Board leaves the content up to local school boards. A state official says, quote, local systems will implement the requirement as they see fit. For instance,
by raising those oysters, they can learn their math and they can read and write about the history of oystering in the state of Maryland and throughout the Chesapeake Bay.
But the locals won't get any extra money, so a group called the North American Association of Environmental Education offers a guide for teachers. An early passage says, quote, consumption of natural resources, air and water pollution, and the impacts of climate change are among the many complex challenges that threaten human health, economic development, and national security. It goes on to talk about the need to take informed action, which raises some eyebrows.
That is not really education, it's propaganda, and it's designed to raise up a new generation of easily led and poorly educated and misinformed students.
And finally, state lawmakers like J.B. Jennings note there are only so many hours in a school day and only 180 days in a school year.
They can't just keep adding on, so they're going to have to make room for this by pushing other things out of the curriculum, which is going to be a concern.
He wants to know what will be pushed out to make room for these yet undefined lessons aimed at environmental literacy. Brett?